What's up everybody? This is Jonathan Coase, and in today's free automation training, I'm going to be sharing with you a guide to creating consistent images on your Instagram account, because the more consistent your images are and the more of a theme that you have overall, the more followers you have and the more engagement and brand loyalty that you'll create. So I'm going to be talking about this from an article, more so a thread from a forum that I frequent called MP Social, and I'm actually going through all of their Instagram training. So let's go ahead and start at the very top. Now, this guy's name is Trolling for Dollars. I come to this forum for automation tips and techniques for a specific software that I'm using. You may be familiar with this called Sue Social, but specifically in Instagram marketing and tutorials and guides, he talks about creating consistent images, and he shares different softwares that I'm going to be sharing with you, as well as Photoshop and his recommended filters from DeviantArt. So there's different packages, and he shares a couple. I want to share a few tricks I use to edit my photos to create a consistent looking theme on my Instagram account. Picking and sticking with the consistent theme will improve the aesthetics of your account, leading to more potential followers. Of course, before you even get started, you'll need photos. So see this thread for lots of great info. I'll go ahead and I'll have this in the description, but some of you may ask, why don't you just repost and skip the bother of editing images? So this is basically the post that he's referring to, top 5 post sources for your campaigns. I actually just created a video about this, so be sure to check that out on how to follow accounts who are in your niche, who already have large audiences that are related to your product, service, or opportunity, so that you can basically piggyback and tail off of their audiences. And you can do that with your automation software, so it happens all on autopilot. But anyway, that's where you get your sources from. Some of you may ask, why don't you just repost and skip the bother of editing images? Well, yeah, you could, and I have plenty of times in the past. I simply prefer to have absolute control over and knowledge of what's being posted on my accounts. Ripping a folder full of images from Tumblr, my preferred method, is the perfect option for me. So he uses this program right here. If you actually click on this, because I'll have this in the description, basically when you click on it, it'll take you to this GitHub page, this one right here, and it'll redirect you here. They've moved to this location. Essentially what it is an album ripper for various websites. It's a cross-platform tool that runs on your computer and requires Java 8. It's been tested and confirmed working on Windows, Linux, and Mac OS. And there's an installation instructions here, and these are the list of supported websites. So you got PhotoBucket, Instagram, Tumblr, Twitter, etc. I'm assuming you now have a folder full of images to play with. While you could use most any image editor you like, I'll focus on Photoshop because I only use it, and I'll have this in the description. You can download a 7-day free trial from the one that I'll have right there, and it'll be in the tools and the resources below, as well as the pinned comment by the affiliate marketing samurai. Once you've downloaded and installed Photoshop, you'll need to grab some filters or actions. And you can do this with a bunch of different software out there, whether it be open source or any of the millions of alternatives. There are plenty of freebies out there, and DeviantArt is a great source. Search Google for free filters Photoshop Instagram or free actions Photoshop Instagram to find the one that's best for you. Personally, I like this pack from DeviantArt, and this is basically the one he's talking about right here. This pack specifically with the lady and the cat. To display installed actions of Photoshop, press Alt plus F9 or click Window Actions from the menu bar, and this is what you're going to see. So this is what he's talking about right here. This drop down waterfall of options here. Before you go any further, try the actions on a few of your photos to find the one you like best. To run an action, click its name in the list and then click the play button. So these are the filters that he's selecting from, and then he clicks play, which should give you something like this. This is the original, and once you apply the filter, boom, using batch image processing. So we'll use Photoshop's batch processing feature to apply our filter to all our photos at once. Choose File, Scripts, Image Processor in Photoshop. Click Select Folder and browse to the folder where you downloaded your images. If you prefer to save the edited images elsewhere and not overwrite the original, select your destination folder in step 2. So this is what that looks like. Jump to step 4 and select the desired action to run. In this case, I selected the action I downloaded from DeviantArt and then the Nashville filter. So he's basically doing a select all function here. Now click run. Depending on the number of photos you have, the process could take a while. You'll end up with a folder of photos like this. And as you can see, they all have a similar vision style, which does look pretty cool. It has like this vaporware 80s kind of style aesthetic, or more like late 70s. But anyway, tying up loose ends, the final steps I like to take are to resize the images. If you're comfortable, you could have resized them when you ran the batch action in the last step. So I actually haven't checked this one out yet. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. So this is what he's talking about. Now there's a lot of red text here. Immediately my heart dropped. I thought this was some type of error message. So these are basically just the download options that you have right here. And there's a tutorial right here. I'll try to have this in the description. This is what it looks like. This is a lifehacker.com tutorial for batch resized images with Earthen view. When resizing, set the longest edge to 1080 pixels. I'll go back to Tumblr and download more photos, then repeat the process. Then I'll do this until I have 500 plus images to use in my campaign. And then you can just load this right up in Mass Planner right here in the destinations area on the left-hand side, basically with campaigns, when you're creating your campaign, add publishing campaign, standard, and where it says what to publish. When you go to the photos, you actually select it from here, and then you can actually add multiple image posts. So if you click on this right here, you'll be able to put multiple images in here. So there's a lot of other different stuff you can do too. You can add images from URL, but this is basically what he's referring to as far as his campaign, and it all happens on autopilot. Browse the folder and review any of the images. Any that don't look good, have watermarks, don't fit the theme, he deletes. There's some comments down here. And when I saw many people don't actually give a damn about what they post, they just take images and throw them randomly on their account. Having an actual theme would be a huge improvement. Dope. And this is a fast way to make that happen. And I'm sure you can kind of get creative. This came out in 2017. So as you can imagine, a lot of software has come out open source. Like I was saying earlier, there's hundreds and thousands of alternatives for you to be able to use. He basically just took a set of folders and applied a filter on all of them. It's a matter of personal preference. I'm like you, I generally shy away from the traditional IG filters, but with some creativity, you can use a process like this to create a consistent looking images. So basically matching the tone and the color in Photoshop, he's going through and he's showing you basically how to change that here in this. And I'll try to have this in the description as well. I wanted to share a couple of different comments here so you can get more perspective on this. So that's it for the video. That's how to create a consistent images leading to more potential followers having a theme. All right. And I'll have all of this that I talked about in this video in the tools and resources below. Make sure you look out for that, as well as the pinned comment by the Affiliate Marketing Samurai. And check out in the description, I have the ultimate social media and marketing automation checklist where it helps you to free up your time, just like in this video, and boost engagement and become more efficient. So be sure to check this out. It's completely free. All you gotta do is just put your name on your email address in. I created this entirely for the reason to automate social media and free up time and boost engagement and create more efficiency for business owners and content creators. So you're definitely going to want to check that out. And if you like content like this, then I highly recommend that you subscribe to the channel. I talk about everything when it comes to generating more traffic and increasing sales. And take a look at my website, as well as the archives and my playlist on traffic generation, artificial intelligence, and automation. And with that said, I will see you in the next video. See you then.